speaker, Prof TS Dr. Engineer Oskar, Hasdinor Hassan from Center for Functional Materials and Nanotechnology, Institute of Science, University Teknologi Mara. Timbalan Komandan Markas PALAPES UiTM, Lieutenant Colonel Prof Madya Haji Zaid bin Ngah, and also Prof Yarina Ahmad from Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainable Development, IBSD UiTM. So, and to all UiTM and also the guests today. As we know, today we are gathered for the webinar, Renewable Energy for Defense, for PALAPES Webinar Series, Series 4, okay, to September 2021. So our webinar will continue from 3 AM until 5 AM, which is the speaker will go through the speech from 45 minutes, and after that we will have the Q&A session. All right, we will invite all the guests here to give the question for the speaker. Okay. So, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank all present for being with us today. So, without further ado, I would like to invite Lieutenant Colonel Prof Madya Haji Zaid bin Ngah, Timbalan Komandan Markas PALAPES UiTM. Welcome, sir.
Tuan Zaid ke? Dengar.
Prof Zaid ada? I would like to invite Lieutenant Colonel Prof Madya Haji Zaid bin Ngah to give some speech as a welcome remark for webinar today. He is our Timbalan Komandan Markas PALAPES UiTM. Please welcome, sir.
Mic tak on ke tuan? Tak dengar. Suara tak dengar tu tuan. Kau mic tak on ke?
Okay, boleh dengar ke? Tak boleh?
Okay, keluar.
Ya. Tak apa, kita proceed dulu. Nanti last sekali lah, nanti saya cakap sikit je. Pak Yani untuk welcome je lah. Ya, semua peserta. Dan juga kepada presenter kita pagi petang ini. sahabat saya, Prof Oskar, tahniah, dan juga Dr. Prof Jarina, sama dengan kita petani serta sahabat-sahabat yang lain. So itu saja daripada saya. Okay. Yang pentingnya kita nak dengar daripada presenter lah. Okay. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Prof Jarina.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahi wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon to all. Thank you very much, Mrs. Chairperson, Lieutenant Dr. Nur Azliana, to Lieutenant Colonel Associate Professor Zaidna, and also to our distinguished speaker, Professor T.S. Dr. Oskar, a renowned researcher at UiTM. We know him very well at RMC. On behalf of IBSD, we are delighted to have a very good initiative by Markas PALAPES and Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainable Development in organizing this webinar. We have Prof. Oskar will be sharing with us an important issues on important issues on renewable energy for defense. And on behalf of IBSD, we believe that the insightful sharing session today will benefit many participants, inshallah. So we all are here to listen to your sharing session, Prof. Thank you very much, Mrs. Chairperson.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof, for the speech. Okay, I would like to introduce our speaker today. Our speakers, for all of your information, so he has been gathered his study from Matriculation Center from USM. Then he further his study continues in School Materials and Mineral Resources, University Science Malaysia also. Furthermore, he continued with Master of Science Material Engineering. Then after that, he went to Germany in Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Ruhr Universität Bochum, RUB, for PhD Advanced Design Manufacturing. So from his working experience as a brief, he had R&D training engineer for 6 months in Research and Development Department, Shin at SU. Then he continues to be the materials engineer and scientist in Institute for Energy Research at Germany. And for now, from 2000 until now, he being the researcher and also a professor in Department of Industrial Ceramic, Faculty of Art and Design, University of Technology, Mara. So I would like to invite our speaker to the floor. Please welcome, sir. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank Lieutenant Dr. Nur Azliana for the opening remark. Also to be our moderator and chairperson this afternoon. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Associate Professor Zaidna, my good friends during our my tenure as one of with the PALAPES of UiTM. Okay, and then I would like to thank also Prof Jarina, Professor Dr. Jarina, okay, Deputy Director of IBSD, and also the Director of the IBSD himself, Prof Zul, so my good friend. Okay, then Lieutenant Associate Professor Dr. Rostam from Navy. So thank you very much for inviting me this afternoon to make this sharing session. So with the title of this Renewable Energy for Defense. Okay, so allow me to share my slide and then so let's share the slide. So let me run the slide. Okay. So this is the title that the title today is the Renewable Energy for Defense. So before we talk about renewable energy, I think we have to talk about energy in general. So I will try to explain the current situation of energy at world level, international level, and then slowly we go to the Malaysian level, and then and how to relate with the defense. Okay, so it's a very interesting topic for me, that being working in this energy research for the past 10 years, and I hope that from defense point of view that we can take some action, okay, maybe as a plan, or to be included also in our defense plan if it's possible, and then also to catch up with these Western countries such as like US, okay, or the NATO allied, and then Chinese, and also Japan, Korea, right? So they are moving toward this renewable energy in the public sector, but also slowly adapting to the defense. Okay, so a little bit about myself, as explained by our chairperson and our moderator, Lieutenant Dr. Azliana. So as mentioned before, I was doing my materials engineering in USM. So I did there a degree and masters. So I graduated in year 2000. So immediately after I finished my study, I joined UiTM until now, Alhamdulillah. So it's been almost over 20 years service in UiTM. And then in 2006, I went to Germany to do my PhD under the Jülich Research Center. In German, we pronounce it as a Jülich Forschungszentrum. Forschung means research, center means center. So one of the big research center in Germany, and they are focusing in energy, in health, and also in information. So so I was involving on the energy research, and while doing the PhD in this research center, I submitted my research work to the University of Bochum, and then I did my viva there, my PhD examination there. Then I was awarded the PhD, I mean the doctor engineer in Bochum University. So that's my academic journey until now. So military experience, okay. As explained by this not in my CV, but I will share. So I was with the USM Army Cadet. So I was Army Cadet from 1995 until 1998. So I started with as a matriculation student, a second year matriculation student in USM. We were allowed to join the what you call it, the PALAPES, or the cadet, or ROTU at that time. So after that, you have to be a degree student in order to join this PALAPES or ROTU. So nevertheless, so I joined second year matriculation student, and then at the second year of my degree, I was commissioned in ITM at that time in 1998. So it's like my what you call it, my journey is with UiTM. So after 2 years after that, I joined UiTM as a lecturer. Okay. And then after that, I went to the platoon commander courses. Platoon commander in what you call it, Nation Reserve Army. So that time we call it Puswatan, Pusat Latihan Askar Wataniah. I mean Watan mean in our in English we call it something related to reserve. So I undergo the platoon commander course, right? So in this course, I think it's compared to regular training, I think it's more harsh lah, right? So nevertheless, I will say it's maybe 1/5 or 1/6 of a regular platoon commander course or young officer course. What I've learned that if possible, we don't want to have war. Okay, even the training is hard. So to have an actual war is harder, I think. Right. So just imagine in training that during this war training, you know, all of let's say your food supply, you know, your ammunition supply, you know, your fuel supply, you know, everything is organized. You're gonna during the training, you will have your lunch, you have your breakfast, you'll have your dinner, and then maybe your supper. Right? It's well organized. But during wartime, I'm not sure that is we can maintain that. Just imagine that if our communication line will not be disturbed by enemy or whatsoever, that inshallah the supply will reach to our unit or our company. So this is from the viewpoint of platoon commander, right? So it was in 1999. So while I was doing my masters, I did this platoon commander course. So and then after I finished my masters, also then my platoon commander course, I joined UiTM as a gawai sukarela, and then from year 2000 until 2005. Okay. And while in service UiTM, I went 2 more courses, which you call staff duty, also in Puswatan, and then Puswatan Ipoh, and then I went for the weapon course. So with this for reserve officer, right? To have three courses is I think quite basic, so that until now, if I be given a well trained infantry platoon, inshallah I might be able to command. Inshallah. So of course we will train platoon. Doesn't matter if it's regular or is going to be like the reserve unit. Inshallah I'll be able to command the platoon commander. Maybe at company level, I may need a good assistant from all the platoon commanders to support me. Inshallah I can. Okay. So that's a little bit about my military experience, right? So as you know that I went to Germany in 2006. That time I was not able to continue my service. So after I came back from Germany, I was busy with this UiTM activities. That's I'm not able to continue my military service. Okay, nevertheless, I still have a good friends like Kenal Zaid, okay, Major Dr. Arif, right? So we're still in contact with them, and then the Palapes is always Palapes UiTM is always in my heart. Okay, so that is a little bit about myself, especially on the military experience. Okay, let's go to a little bit about my research background. So these are all my colleagues we have here. That we have Farah currently doing PhD under this energy harvesters. We have Professor Malik from UiTM, and then we have Dr. Faris from UiTM, and we have here Professor Zuazhan, my mentor. She currently he's I think also Timbalan Commander at UPNM, also the Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Student Affairs in UPNM. Okay, so this is all my PhD student. We have Shirin, Firdaus, Tipu Ishaq. Okay, that's my postdoc, Dr. Izzat. Right. So these are my team that support me in this research that I'm doing currently. So nano-generated energy harvesters. Okay, so it's a bit new in my group, in our institute. So but we are trying to catch up with existing technology for colleagues in US, also in Europe, and also as well as in Japan. So in Malaysia, we have a good collaboration with IMAN in UKM, and in Unimap. Okay. Okay. So as before we go for the renewable energy, let's talk about energy as genre. Okay. Now, but I would like to start with global warming. Okay, global warming. So I have here this chart that we can if you can view this chart clearly. I hope. Okay, we can see here that the last 100 years, we can see that the Earth is getting warm by about 1 degree Celsius. So 1 degree Celsius, as maybe it's not much, but for the world to have this increase is quite, it could be quite serious. So that we have to take care about it. So before I talk about this slide, when I came back from Germany, in University Malaya, right, there is an research institute called Antarctic Research Institute. So I was like, at that time, why we need this research Antarctic Research Institute in Malaysia, right? So I was like, because we are far from the Antarctic, we are in the tropical, which is very warm, you know. So we were why busy setting up and establish research institute or research center in University Malaya. So then my colleague said to me, Oskar, he said to me, if the ice in Arctic melts, what's going to happen to our country, as our peninsula, our Borneo Island? Oh, and I was like, okay, so it's well justified to have this center. Okay, so if you're looking at this chart from 1800 until 1850 to 1950, not much. I think the temperature was stable. Okay, it was not really warm at that time. So it's below 0.5 degree Celsius increase, right? So therefore, everything was okay. But between 1900s, okay, 1914 to 1945, we have two major wars, which is World War I and World War II, right? So also not much, but the post-war activities, so 1950s to 1960s, you can see that the increase in the temperature is there. You can see that. So then there's a model that we have that you can see that it keep increasing until if we make a projection, if we are not careful what we are doing right now, especially the consumption of energy, you can see that the increase of the temperature getting by 2037, we can see that 1.5 degrees Celsius, and then going more to 2050, almost like until 2063, we got about 2 degrees Celsius. This is very, I'm afraid that this is very, very worrying, man. Anyway, so this is because of the use of energy, right? What can we learn from the past? So this is the model. Okay, the model, we can see this model. All right. This is the model that predicted until the year 2000. And this is the observation. We can see that there is not a line. Okay, we can see that the temperature keep increasing. Okay, so why this happening? So normally because if the climate change normally is because of the natural causes like solar radiation, volcanoes, and so on. So this is the model that being predicted. It shouldn't go beyond 0.5 degrees Celsius. But when we observe that it is increasing. Why this is increasing? So that when they recheck the model again by considering the human activities such as the greenhouse gases and so on, and then suddenly the model is correlate very well with the observation of the temperature increases. So and this is a real thing that the use of energy since 1950 towards especially at the post-war activity, we can say that the demand of energy is there. So when this model is corrected, then we can better predict what happened to the climate changes. Okay. So if we see this the energy consumption, okay, this is if we look at this chart, okay, this was obtained from our other world data. This is open data. I think everybody can search this data. So this is what we have until the energy consumption until 2019. All right. So we can see that in the most reddish scale here, right? We have about more than 100 kilowatt hour energy used. Okay, so we can see here the country in North America, which is US and Canada. This is really the country. It's a powerhouse country. They really consume energy, right? So, and then the European country also, yeah, quite high the uses of the energy. So most developed country and also developing country really hungry for energy. So we can see their what you call it, the addiction to the energy consumption is there. So now in modern life, if we don't use energy, it's represent as our daily life. So because of that, we are burning about 320 billion kilowatt hours of energy daily. So just imagine every day. So okay, a week, a month. Just imagine the uses of energy. So if you take an example of one car, with the most famous, I mean the so-called energy green or the green energy car like Tesla Model 3. So if we charge them about 50 kilowatt to fully charge, so that's one car. So if you use, let's say 10% of US population or 5% of US population using this car, you can see that how many cars that we be in the road. So it's going to be very congested. Just not the use of the energy, also the congestion cost by number of cars used. This is also another problem. Okay. So, in other words, more energy, meaning constant and consistent supply is needed. So this is become a strategic planning of any country to secure the energy supply. So if the country is lack of natural resources, all right, so maybe a stronger country will go and secure the energy for less weaker country. All right. So this is what happened before World War I and World War II. Okay, to secure the energy energy supply is very important. Right. And also once we dependent on the energy, so once the outage of the power supply disrupted, and then we're going to create some chaos. And also it's going to affect defense as well. That's for sure. So developed world consume far more energy and on per capita basis versus the developing world. This is known fact, right? This consumption is supplied with energy produced by burning traditional fossil fuel, coal, oil, and gas. So this is the most stable energy at this time. We have got the fossil fuel such as coal, oil, and gas. So without this energy source, the development of a country also is not, cannot move forward very fast. Okay, moving forward. Okay. So to fit our energy habit, we need constant and consistent supply. A power outage. Okay, this is repeating this now. So just move to the next slide. Okay, now, as I said just now, stable energy sources. Currently, we have coal, oil, and gas. Right. So you can see that when we enter the modern era, like 1900s until recently, 2019, 2020, you know, we can see that the use of coal, oil, and gas is there. This is, you can see that when we go to to the millennium, we can see that more energy is used, and this is we know that coal, oil, and gas is produce a lot of greenhouse effect. So when you burn something, it's going to affect the environment. But we got at the moment we got no choice that we still need to go for this one. But for the renewable energy, the activity was not really what you call it much as compared to development coal, oil, and gas. So then it's very small as compared. We can see here the hydropower, wind, solar, okay, modern biofuels. Okay, these are and other type of renewables energy, and also we also have the traditional biomass. So this is all the consumption of energy that we need currently. So at Malaysia level, right? At Malaysia level, we have still depending on what you call it, petroleum and other liquids such as natural gas. So currently we estimated about 37% and 36% respectively. You can see if you can look at this chart, you can see that the petroleum about 37% and natural gas is about 36%. The rest is still coal is also still higher. So the renewable energy at our country is very small, about 6%. So this is because we also the producer of petroleum, and then it's easy also for us just to use these natural resources. Okay, so continue with this slide. We can see that Malaysia electricity demand met mostly by natural gas and coal, and it's continued to expand rapidly, right? So you can see that from 2010 to 2018, you know, like still we don't we still depend on this fossil fuel, right? So this will couple with insufficient natural gas supply in high demand centers is driving the country to diversify its power generation fuel mix and to add electricity capacity to avoid future shortages. Okay, so according to the Energy Commission of Malaysia, the industrial sector was primary source of power demand and accounted for 49% in the total of the year of 2017. So commercial and residential demand were about 30% and 31% respectively, and transportation and agriculture accounted for less than 1% on the power demand. So you can see that in 2018, the move on this renewable energy is not much as compared to hydroelectricity and same fossil fuel. But when you combine hydroelectricity and the renewable energy, still cannot match the requirement or the consumption of the fossil fuels. Okay, so we have to do something about it. We'll see. Okay, and so mostly targeted. Okay, by 2025. We would like to increase the use of the renewable energy to 25%. Okay, by 2020. So we are 2021. We got 4 years to go. If we can increase this usage, it will be very good. And currently, the government introduced large-scale solar PV, the photovoltaic solar cell of 1 gigawatt. So this is also to accelerate the use of the renewable energy. And then so the hydroelectricity counted by 18% of Malaysia used, and we were looking at the Sarawak. There are about 75%. They are using this hydroelectricity, which is supported by the 3 dams at Batang Ai, Bakut, and Muruk. But this was not enough, so they are planning to construct another dam, okay, with more power, about 1,200 megawatt by 2025. So the energy requirement in Malaysia also very crucial. So, okay, renewable energy is savior or not for this? So as I explained earlier, when we can savior, meaning that we're trying to avoid the global warming, right? So if we can change from this fossil fuel consumption to more renewable energy, we might help to decrease the climate changes or the global warming. Okay, so currently it's about 1 degree Celsius. We want to reduce to 0.5 degrees Celsius. So oil, coal, and natural gas is stable, as I said. So for the nuclear power, okay, nuclear power, for me, if we use in peace, inshallah, this is also a good energy source. Okay, but if something happen like accident, unavoidable, then the catastrophic impact of this nuclear power is devastated. So if we use very well, we can harness the power efficiently. Okay, but I think because of this, many countries, especially in Germany, they are considering more on this renewable energy rather than this fossil fuel and also nuclear powers. So many nuclear power plant in Germany is being decommissioned since 2006. So because they said that they got problem to dispose this the fuel of the nuclear reactor. Okay, so they don't want to jeopardize the future generation, okay, to think about this problem. So they start to decommission almost all nuclear power plant in Germany starting from 2006. Okay, so then Germany is one of the country that actively going for this renewable energy. Okay, they just not go in one. They also go on what you call it as is in integration. So they said we don't use one, we use in combination. Wind, geothermal, solar, hydropower, biomass. They try to integrate this, right? So there's no they don't just like champion one technology. Yeah, so they go for it. So I also believe that we have to think also for our future generation. If we don't start now, then we're going to owe our future generation with polluted environment and so on. So I think the government move to the renewable energy is a good action that we have started since the last 10 years. Okay, renewable energy sources. Okay, we have the wind power. So wind power is we harness the power from the wind. When the wind blow, and then there is a fan that going to rotate, and then this fan will run the turbine. So once we have a turbine, so then we can get electrical energy directly. Yeah. Then we store or we can use directly. So that is the wind power. Similarly with the solar energy is from our sun, all right? So we just need a solar panel, all right? That is, solar panel consists of materials that that is efficiently can convert the light, the sunlight, into electricity. So this is what we call solar energy. So there is another type of solar-based power. We call it concentrating solar energy, where we are using the reflection of the solar, and then this reflection of the sunlight will concentrated to a point. We call it a tower. Then this tower will be heated up, and then the heat that we have from this reflection will be used to heat up the boiler. So once we have a boiler, then of course we got steam. Then we can move mechanical energy. Then we can create electrical energy also. So solar currently we two type. Either we convert the light directly to energy, or use it to heat up boiler, and then the reflection of sunlight. So this is solar energy. Then we also have geothermal energy, right? Geothermal energy. So in Malaysia, we don't have much of it. Geothermal energy currently in Iceland, because they have volcanic activity underground, so that this is then the thermal from this can be converted into energy as well. So just put some boiler, and then you can heat up the boiler, then the system goes on. All right. So biofuel or biomass. Okay, this is the bio-based product that as long as we have organic mass, then we can convert it into methane. Then we can use it. So hydropower. Okay, we are using the power from potential energy by create some like a dam, or put water in the river, or anything that can move turbine. Then from that we can convert it also into electric power. So this is basic in general what we have in renewable energy. Okay, so hydropower. Okay, we start with the hydropower. You can see here this is hydropower. We'll be talking about hydropower. We're always talking about a dam. So we can see that this is very nice picture here, right? So we can see this is a dam. But to build this dam is also very challenging. Okay, so we need to involve some destruction, some deforestation, because we need to build a large area of water containment from the rivers. Okay, because hydropower is about creating a potential energy, or a potential energy that can be done by blocking the river flow, and then. But to do this, it requires a huge area. So and then it involves also social activity of the existing people over there. So maybe we have to relocate them, So this is the challenge that we have in the power plant. But once it's done, so it's just like kind of abundance of energy sources that we have. All right, so to build it is very challenging. Once it's done, okay, we just like having a free energy. We just need to do the maintenance, okay? But maintenance is very important here. If you don't maintain it very well, it's if the wall crack, or if the dam crack, so it's going to be a catastrophic disaster. So this is disadvantages of having dam. Other than that, it's very green and it's very sustainable. So if imagine this is the dam, okay, this is the dam. So you just open the gate. So you just imagine the water that being poured out with this such a great potential there. So then it will just dive down and just set up a turbine over here. Set up. It's require engineering marvel also to do this, right? So once you install this turbine over here, so this turbine, the turbine concept, we can couple with the magnetic whatsoever, then we're gonna have this power, electric power. So I think this is everybody know. This is known process. So people who involving in this, they can calculate a lot of things, they can flow rate, so they also can relate with this the power consumption, power use or produced by this hydropower. So pro and cons, it's a renewable, right? It's low emission, very reliable, and very safe, right? So the cons is, as I said previously, it's got some environmental consequences. Costly to build, right? And then so put, create drought, and also limited reserve in terms of we need to use the river and on the natural river. Okay. All right. So that's hydro. Okay, move on to the solar energy. Okay, solar energy. Okay, as I explained previously. So it's very simple. If you the challenge is to build this solar panel. Solar panel is consist of materials that are able to convert the solar or the light into electrical energy. So, but it cannot work alone. It have to be in system. All right. So we can, and the most critical part about this is that we must have. You must have a solar panel. So where to put the solar panel? Okay, it's require a big area. So maybe we can use the roof of the house. Okay, because that's free area over there. Okay, so then when we start harvest the energy. Okay, so pro and con. Okay, reduces electric bill. Yes. Insurance, again, rising power prices. Yes. Okay, this is very good. Solar is cheaper than ever. I will explain later. Let's see return on your investment. It depends, and if how long if you define your investment. Okay, and of course environmentally friendly. And then we have also this energy independence. The disadvantages of it is that the high upfront costs. So you need to put some money on this. All right. Last time I tried to, I'm planning to install into my house that I need about 40,000 ringgit. Okay, to have a complete system. So to install, to buy the panel, to install, and then to have this battery system is about 40,000 ringgit. So yeah, but it's cheaper compared to 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Intermittent energy sources, of course, is depend on the sunlight. Okay, if it's raining, then it's not going to harvest efficiently. So of course at night we'll not be able to harvest at all. So that's very intermittent. Manufacturing panel has some impact on the environment because you are using materials that require a lot of chemical process. So this is the bad part about it. So maybe you have to find more green material, more green production, so that to avoid this environment impact. Spaces, yeah, of course. Last time I saw a documentary in Channel News Asia. The Singapore government, they are utilizing their dam, the area of the pond that they the water catchment area. Okay, there's a big area over there, so they deploy all these solar panel over there. So because Singapore is limited in terms of land area, so they have to use whatever area they have. So it was like on like R&D. Okay, so Singapore also established a body to study all areas in Singapore on how to get the most efficient sunlight. So this they have to move deep because they don't have hydro sources like us. So they go big on this renewable energy. So so whatever space they can use, they will use. They just not studying. To improve the space, they also studying how the sun move in Singapore. So from morning to dawn, so they have to study this. How can they harvest as much as they can. Okay. This is bad thing. If you are selling your house, then you also to sell your panel, or you want to carry your panel. So it depends on the situation. Okay. So yeah, this is very good news for us. You can see that as we increase until 2010, we can see that the cost of producing a solar module is decreasing. So from $2 per watt until now, we have about less than half dollar per watt. So this is good time now to invest as compared to last 10 years. And then in terms of power generation is increasing as linearly or steadily. Okay, so I think maybe you can try to invest in this solar energy. So wind energy, okay. So wind energy, you can see that the turbine cost of this. Okay, we can see that on this picture, when I was in Germany, we always see this windmill from far, just like small store. But actually, this we can see this part, we call it the gearbox on the generators, is the size of bus. Okay, bus. Okay, it's very big actually. And then you can see this the fan also is larger. Right? So in Europe, we have a lot of windmill over there. They are harvesting it very actively. So typical cost of power produced is about 1.3 million per megawatt. Then cost increases as turbine size increase. Okay. So, but in Malaysia, not in Malaysia, in tropical country, so far the wind energy is not effective as compared to a four-season country, especially Europe. So I think because the characteristic of the wind is different in the Western country compared to the tropical. When you come to the equator, the density of the wind is different. Then it's not efficient as we go to the hemisphere of the Earth. So not much you can see the windmill in our country. But nevertheless, it's also a very good renewable energy. Okay, so the advantage or the pros is very clean. So space efficient, okay, cheap energy. They can also promote jobs, such as maintaining it is also require a lot of jobs. So, similar like solar is also intermittent. All right, the disadvantages of this solar panel. And then environmental impact, noise pollution, aesthetic, and then limited location. So because limited location, you have to find a very stable wind blows. We don't want storm, we want wind. Storm, you destroy the mill. So we don't want that. Okay, cost of solar and wind. We can see that now in 2020s, the price dropped significantly. If you are looking at solar photovoltaics, you can see from 2010 it was very expensive. Now it dropped by almost by 85%. Also to the range of the fossil fuel, if you can see here. So and then it is concentrating solar thermal power. Okay, this is what another type of solar, but it's based on thermal power, but based on heating, reflection of the solar panel. So also dropped significantly. And then offshore wind and offshore wind power also drop. So to the level of the fossil fuel cost range. So and then this is from data from IRENA. I think everybody can access the data. Okay, biomass energy. We have from agriculture waste, we have forestry, crops. Okay, we have industrial residue, animal residue. So all of this is the biomass resources. Okay, so the most important about it is that this we are converting all of this organic into methane. So when we got methane, we can harvest the energy. So the pros, clean energy sources, okay, space efficient, cheap energy, also can promote job. And then, intermittent, some noise pollution, okay, aesthetic, and then a limited location also. Okay, now, I think the most important part of our talk today, our sharing session today is that renewable energy and defense. Can it coexist? So this is the question that. So after we understand the requirement of energy, the world energy, the requirement of energy in our country, you know. So I already explained a little bit about what is renewable energy in general, all right? So how can it do? Now, how to relate with this to defense? Okay, so then there's a question: can it coexist or not? So this is something that we can discuss today. So let's see. Okay, nowadays, we always about we are in the age of electronics and power. Okay, so electronics are critical. If you relate to the what you call it, modern battlefield, right? So always we got power from the electronic. It's very critical. So military, when we're talking about defense, we always talking about military. But defense also involve civilian in it. So that when we're talking about defense, so the civilian and the military have to come together, right? So that's what we call by defense. Also the title of the main activity of our talk is about HANRUH, okay, total defense. So military and civilian have to come together. So. And we can see this diagram we can see that this is the industrial revolution, right? We had the first IR, the second industrial revolution, the third and the fourth. Okay, we can see that the first industrial revolution is always about mechanization, where we understood how to use the steam power, all right? Then from steam power, then we can move mechanical, then we can convert it to electricity and so on. So finally, we need electricity. And then the next industrial revolution is about power, electricity. So it come into it's getting more important. So it's moved a lot of industries. And then we have a third industrial revolution, which is about computer and automation, right? And then now at the fourth industrial, we're talking about cyber physical system, where we need electronics that we can send signals to machine or to anything to a device, okay, and then we can move from remotely. This is what happening also in this industrial revolution 4.0. So that's how important the electronic and power. So if you can see that, so the defense technology also evolving based on this industrial evolution. So we cannot, discard the impact of the industrial evolution 4.0 with this together with the defense. All right. So it come together. Okay. Energy and soldier. Right. So I go a bit deep on the soldier because we are talking about renewable energy as total defense. I don't think my opinion. I don't think it can be can be fully used. No. So, but if we go to the soldier to the personalized, then maybe it is feasible. So, like this Roman legion 2,000 years ago, they have to carry a lot of things into the battlefield, but it's really the brawl, the strength of the soldier. But now the strength of the soldier now is depend on the technology. So as compared to the old army or old infantry army. So we can see that typical infantry soldier, they will carry about 80 pounds of backpack. So 80 pounds is about 30 to 40 kilogram. And then they have to also bring a lot of battery at the back, you know. So this is crucial to support the battlefield. And then so solar power for defense could be one of the way, one of the way that we can support the battlefield soldier, especially infantry soldier. All right. So this is the new technology that we have, foldable solar panel. So previously all the solar panel that we have is big and then they are stiff. But now we have flexible solar power, and this can be used to support, the battlefield. So to charge the electronic devices. So because one of the main elements in present warfare is the communication. So we need to, if we don't have proper communication technology, it's very difficult to do command and control in military. This is what I've learned during my cadet training or during my platoon commander courses. So now this with the Industrial Revolution 4.0, all of this is being enhanced. So the requirement of this energy harvester is more. So now since we have a foldable solar panel, then this will be very good. So yeah, so then this we can set on the roof of the tent, right? So then maybe we can charge our generator perhaps, okay? So enough to power the electronic sensors, laptop, phone, radios, GPS, and portable. So this is the thing that maybe can be used for the solar panel, for the defense. Okay, so another type of other renewable energy is hydrogen fuel cell. Okay, this is also emergence technology, right? So there are some company have been trying to develop this for the defense. Okay, so Adhika Technology in 2010 they have developed this hydrogen fuel cells. So the hydrogen fuel cell is an energy device that use hydrogen to produce the electric power. Okay, of course there are cells inside that. We supply the fuel, and then that can produce the power. So this is also emergence technology that we can consider. So then come to another renewable energy that we can think for defense, right? So we call it nano generators, harvesting the waste energy. So in general, nano generators is developed somewhere in 2007. Okay, so now my lab is looking on these nano generators. So nano generators involve materials that are able to harvest energy from the movement or mechanical or heat. So this is the thing that can be considered also. So you can see that this is the spectrum of the nano generators from micro and nano energy, then blue energy, and so the self-power energy. So all this is the supporting technology that we can use to harvest the power from material that based on the movement. Okay, we have touch part, we have electronic skin, active sensor, Okay. So in general, nanosensor, we have we can go for environment. Okay, so tank is the triboelectric, so lot of things. So currently for nano generator, it can work based on two factors. Either we harness or harvest the energy, or we also can use it as a sensor. So in this case, we can see here that we can use it as a thermometer. All right, then see this movement that we can put the nano generator material below on the shoes, and when we run, we also can harvest the energy. All right, so this is one of the way that you can think for the renewable energy. Okay, so then nano generator could be jack of all trades. Okay, it can it can they can take advantage of the current renewable energy sources such as solar energy, thermal energy, vibration energy, RF energy, we can just put it, we can join with this technology, then we can get develop some power management, then we can harvest the energy. So when we if the solar energy or other energy is in use, we can just put this nano generators there, then we try to harvest. The power is not much, but at least it can help at least to charge a small material, a small application. Okay, so how does it work? Okay, this is one of the example that we are also trying to develop now. We have a smart tiles. Okay, if we step on it, then it will charge. Okay, so but from here to this takes some time lah. Okay, common source of energy harvesting. We have mechanical energy, we have thermal energy, light energy, electromagnetic, natural resources. All of these are possible to be harvest. With what we call with the nano generators. Okay, so typically currently we have 3 types of nano generators. We have a piezoelectric base, we have triboelectric base, and then we have pyroelectric base. Okay, so piezoelectric, as you can see here, that when we give some stress or some force to the material change, then when it change, it will generate electricity. Okay, so on tribo is talking about the surface of the material, like kind of friction. So when we manage to create the friction between 2 materials, we will be able also to harvest the energy. And then the pyroelectric, we are using the heat, okay, to produce the power. All right, so currently my group are working with both current piezoelectric and triboelectric. So it's very interesting. All right, so this is an example. If this slide can work, okay, this is the thing that we developed in our lab. You can see that this is our nano generator. So you can see that the power that it's not much. It's in a milliwatt base. But if we can make several arrays of nano generator, then we can a significant amount of energy. Okay, or this and this is another example that the one that they developed. So when you step on it, and we can see the energy being harvested. So this diode can emit some light that when we put energy there, some force over there, and we can see the power is being harnessed. Okay, so all right, so now we are trying to this is our demonstration. All right, this is the prototype that we have right now. Okay, this is our current design that still under development. Okay, and then okay, I think I've end my talk with that. So it is in conclusion, what I would like to share is that the renewable energy for defense at the moment is possible if you go to the lower section in the military, such as the infantry soldiers. Okay, this is, I think we should try to maybe or Malaysian Armed Forces trying to develop this, to think about this, and then maybe we can collaborate together on how we can develop this together. And but if you want to go for defense as total defense, then we have to consider maybe on the civilian side of the defense, maybe the existing building of military installation, military facilities. Then maybe they can employ what we call the solar roof. That's also possible. But for combat purpose, okay, because we have 3 service, like we have Army, we have Navy, we have Air Force. Okay, for combat purpose, I think the renewable energy is still very far to go. Okay, it's very far to go. And then because in combat we require a stability. We cannot, because currently most of the renewable energy is intermittent, so that for combat, big operational combat operation maybe it's not viable or not feasible at the moment. But to support a small army movement like in army or in soldiers, the infantry soldiers, it might work. So in conclusion, I would like to conclude that it's still a challenges for us to go for defense, right? And then I think we can together develop this knowledge and experience this renewable energy. Okay, I think that's all my sharing session today, and I pass back to Lieutenant Dr. Azliana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. It's really very invaluable insight from you, actually. So it's really new for me and a lot of interesting from your talk today. So I have some question, if you don't mind to answer about it. And we have one question from the crowd. So I will go with mine first, which is, as you mentioned just now, our renewable energy in Malaysia is still small, which is still at 6% only. But on that, how we can come up with a strategic planning to increase the renewable energy in Malaysia, especially. So that is one question. The second question is about the flexible solar panel. It's really quite interesting while I seeing it. So by having this kind of flexible solar panel to change the electronic devices that reflect communication, as you mentioned just now. So based on your opinion, compared to the traditional and conventional types of communication or something that we can counter during the communication part, so is it worded based on the ROI? So how we can cater that? And we proceed to question, and I will ask from the crowd. Yeah, Prof? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hasdinor. All right, for the first question, we are talking about how can we increase our usage in this renewable energy. Currently, we are at 6%. So the government targeted by 2025 is to reach 25% of usage. Okay, so one of the way that we can go about this, that is to inform the society, to inform the people that the current use of the fossil fuel, right, is affecting the climate, increasing the part of the global warming. So if we realize this, then everybody can take part in trying to shift from this fossil fuel based to the renewable energy. So the government already make an effort, okay, to give some subsidy for people who going for this renewable energy. So right now, the most our renewable energy in terms of hydropower is good already, but other type of renewable such as the solar power, solar panel, and so on. So now, as I shared previously, the cost is reducing right now. If we go to the Facebook, I can see that there are many companies now trying to promote their solar energy. So I've accidentally clicked one of the company, and then that company now follow me. If I open my Google, there will be some pop-up about this. So this is another technology, we call it data analytics. So once you do that, they will follow you. So and anyway, so when we realize that the climate changes is affecting us, so then this is also good as cost for us to move to the renewable energy. So then I think we need to promote this more, and then and then the defense sector also will benefit to this technology, inshallah. So regarding the flexible solar panel or solar energy, the use of this flexible solar energy is crucial, because we cannot bring to the field, or the better field of this one big panel stiff, so you have to make it foldable. So the cost is to do this also starting to be very cheap. So I think so maybe I don't know, maybe our armed forces or our army can invest in this, and then we'll see how, because we are in a tropical country, right? So, and our army also need to move a lot, so remotely, and then I think we can invest. I think the cost is I cannot give you exactly cost about it, but I think if we don't start now, in future it's going to be more expensive. Okay, so yeah, I think that's my response, Dr. Azliana. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Prof. So I will pick a few questions from the crowd. First question is about Salam, Prof. How readiness our army in applying renewable energy technology for military purposes? I think some question you have answered in your talk. And second one is about Assalamualaikum, Prof. How about the energy storage technology? Is it comparable with the advancements of energy generation technology? And the third one is, how about the application of renewable energy technology for a small military unit that operates at remote area? Is it reliable? Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay, thank you, Azliana. Yes, for the first question, as readiness of the army to be used, especially the renewable energy. Well, I don't know much about the current technology or the readiness of our army, but I think our soldiers, our army now is aware about the technology developments. Okay, so I think through University of UPNM, through and also with Strike, I think they have this already planned. So the things that they have to ramp up, I think, to be, to collaborate more with universities, then to provide some funding that we can go together. So I think in terms of readiness, maybe not, but in terms of awareness, is I think they realize about this. And then the next question is about the energy storage. Yeah, currently we are taking the best energy storage is currently battery, right? So battery development is always there. The thing about energy storage or battery is that now people still investigating about how to charge the battery in shorter time, but to use it longer time. So if possible, if you want to charge a battery, we want to charge less than 10 minutes, but we want to use for at least maybe 10 hours. So this is a big challenge, right? So currently it's not like that, but the research is still there. And then renewable energy for a small military unit. Yeah, I think I don't know. Is our military are doing this? But if they want to do this will be very good. So if we can work together with any I don't know, maybe units in our army or our Air Force or our Navy, yeah, this is very nice. Okay, I think that's my response. So there's another question. Can I continue with this one, Dr. Azliana?
Sure, Prof.
Voltage is generated by nanogenerator as is shown in your slide. Okay. Currently the best that we can is about around 2 volts. 20. If we have a stable prepared material, we can about 20 volts. All right. So there's but normally in average we about our target is about 5 volts. And then if we can make an array, maybe in 4 to 5 arrays, then it just multiply directly. So far, average 5 volt is the best for us. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Azliana, Dr. Azliana.
Okay, Prof. So another question is about you have mentioned just now about 4IR. So how we can implement it to combine between the solar energy and also the Internet of Things? Is it possible to doing that?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think last talk given by Prof. Zuazhan from UPNM, he was talking about the future soldier, right? I think he's already discussed about this IR 4.0 where we have to combine with the Internet of Things, all right? So yeah, it's possible because now like we are having right now, this the online application, the online platform that we have right now is, I think like 5 years ago is very difficult. Suddenly the pandemic happened, then the online is just like that. So this is also part of Internet of Things. So I think yes, I think it's possible that we need to move. So I mean the military or the defense should take this into consideration, the Internet of Things, cyber and also as well the cyber physical system. Yeah. More question, Dr. Azliana.
Ada. Oh, no. Okay, yang tu. Okay, Prof boleh continue.
I can read it. Yes. How active is in terms of local research university and MINDEF? MINDEF is the Ministry of Defense. Yeah. So as far as I know that relationship between university, especially University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia, I think they have a very good research activity, right? So, but with other universities, I don't think that much. But if MINDEF can, allocate some research funding in this, I think university will come a lot to support. But doing R&D is required time. It required patience. But normally, not just MINDEF, many government agency, many industry, they want fast results. Okay, they want fast results. So, but in R&D, sometimes we have to go slowly and surely. So then this is that many agency have to be patient about it. I mean, because many of us just sometimes start the research. But if we compare with the advanced countries like United States, so they have defense industry that involved a lot in R&D. So yeah, of course, because they are a developed country. So the answer is that it will have. I think I know that UPNM is they have a close collaboration with MINDEF, and especially in weapon development. Okay, or testing of the maybe some explosive material, small weapon, light weapon, perhaps like that. So in other than that, I think that if they open some kind of funding, I think the university will be happy to support. Okay, inshallah. I think next question.
Okay.
How can PALAPES be directly involved in R&D and RE device specifically with UiTM researchers? This from my friend, I think from Dr. Najmi from mechanical engineering. So I think currently maybe you can take it in terms of final project. Okay, final year project, and we have cadets also from the from science and technology background. So maybe if they can relate their research, then we can come together in this. Yeah, I think if if PALAPES UiTM can identify some problem that then we can maybe PALAPES UiTM can link us with the MINDEF, then it will be very interesting. Okay, I hope I answered the question. Okay, Dr. Azliana.
Okay, I would like to look into the stars from Daniel. He did mention in his writing, which is among its key findings in IPCC report about the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change 2021, the physical science basis. So it's mentioned about the consequences, especially for now we have banjir at Yan Kedah. In India, Turkey, Greece, China, Germany, and the United States pun sama. So neither developed nor developing countries are spared. So Malaysia isn't spared too. Submerged cities aside, we recently witnessed about the Yan Kedah lah. Okay. In the near term, states like Terengganu are expected to experience larger drought from 2025. This phenomena will jeopardize our food crops, affecting 1/3 of Malaysians who depend on the agriculture sector for their livelihood. So because of this, Prof, so how fast actually we can have this renewable energy? Because I can see that renewable energy is really good to reduce our climate change. So if we still wait and see and do the research without doing any other further action, so we are still at the same pace. So what is your opinion on this? Thank you, Prof.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Azliana. Okay, yes, when we're talking about flood recently, it can be related to the climate changes. And then when we relate to the climate changes, it also relate with the global warming. So this then, as we since the report earlier that I've shared with us just now, that we can see that when the use of the fossil fuel energy, so of course it's going to warm up the climates. So our government currently realize about this, okay, because we together with the world energy, all countries would like to reduce the impact of climate changes. So again, it comes to the awareness of government have to put more awareness on the people, on the agencies, industry or universities, school. You have to promote more about the use of the renewable energy, because if the awareness is very important. So once we aware about this impact, then we can quickly move to this renewable energy. So currently, and then another thing that maybe government can put some initiative, or maybe they can put some in terms of, let's say, some subsidies on people who are going for the renewable energy. Then this could be also accelerate the target of the government to reach about 25% of the usage of the energy. So when I was in Germany, I can see that everybody who's going for the renewable energy, so they can claim from the tax exemption. So they are happy. So they can accelerate also the movement to the renewable energy. So awareness, maybe making some incentive in terms of maybe tax exemption, then this could accelerate the movement to the 25% of the use of renewable energy.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sorry, sorry, please allow me to respond one of the question from Ahmad Najmi Muhammad regarding the PALAPES be directly involved in R&D.
Yeah, please.
Actually, right now, PALAPES UiTM is under PPJ or under Vice Chancellor. We are now going to move forward to that kind of activities, because under our administration, one of the department that we call it UCC, University Community Centered Rules, we're taking some of the responsibility to promote research to PALAPES, inshallah. Again on that activity now.
Yeah, thank you. Alright.
Thank you. So ada one question from Dr. Rostam. So greeting Prof, what is your opinion on our electricity tariff from main grid? Based on research by my colleague in Bangkok, it seems that our electricity is rather cheap for us to move to renewable energy. What's your perspective, Prof?
Okay, so I think the our energy tariff currently is cheaper because we have the hydroelectricity power, so that's helped to reduce the cost. Okay, so but as I said that just now that is the hydroelectric power compared to fossil fuel, so the use of fossil fuel is still the consumption is still huge. Yeah? So again, it comes to the climate change's impact. So if we burn more fossil fuel, it will increase. So even though our electric tariff is small, but that's the challenge, that the impact to the environment, so to the climate changes, especially the global warming. So this is, we have to think about this. We may have cheaper tariff, but what the impact to the environment? That's why I started my talk with this, with the impact of the climate changes. So because if we don't act on this now, so our environment is suffer a lot. So I think we have to move now. If we wait, then the earth is getting warmer and warmer, and then all the ice on the Arctic and on the Antarctic will start to melt, and then more problems later. Okay, I think cheap, okay, but we have to move also, inshallah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question from the crowd? Anyone can ask directly, I think, to the speaker, if anyone. Jangan malu-malu.
Silakan, saya okay je.
Oh.
Ada soalan daripada cadet ke? Cadet, I was cadet, so like all of you. Like, you know, being a cadet doesn't matter is army, navy, or air force. You know, you while you on training, you know, you do not know that the management of the training, you know, simple as such you know, to provide the fuel for training. Okay, you just go for training, you know, just like, and then you only wait, you know, for your instructor to tell you what to do, you know. But the management behind it, a lot of things. So when I was in cadet, I was like, that's why I started my thought just now, that the training is ideal, you know, very ideal. But what happened is the real war happened, you know. This is, I just what I learned from my military training is that please, no war. Okay, peace is very important. But to maintain peace, we need to have our military in readiness. So training is important. So one of my instructor asked me, what is definition of peace? So we said, peace, no war, no. So the real definition of peace is that it's a time between two wars. That is a peace. Right. So what we do during peace, that we have to get ready. So we have to, that's why we have this PALAPES program, you know. We have, you know, rather than our regular army is standing by, we as a civilian also need to take up this training. So I think the cadets who you know, with us now, I wish you all the best with your, you know, study, as well as also with your military training. All right. So satu lagi yang nak share dengan the cadets, kalau boleh. you can pay money to get engineering knowledge. You can pay money to get what we call it get knowledge from accounting. You can pay money to get knowledge from medical, right? But to get knowledge from military, there's no way. You have to join the military to get that knowledge and experience. You cannot buy that. You cannot buy that. So other than you got money, you can get the knowledge. But for military knowledge and experience, you have to join them. So I think you are very lucky to join as cadet, Navy, Air Force, and Army. So other than that, you will be a very good leaders in the future, inshallah. And then kalau ada kat sini, saya wish you all the best. Okay.
Inshallah for all. Okay, we have a question from Nur Aisha Johari. Salam Prof, what is your opinion about impacts of this pandemic COVID-19 on energy consumption, especially in renewable energy? Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's talking about pandemic. We can see that when the pandemic started, especially in our country, we can see the use of energy is being the consumption of the fuel, especially because all the machinery in terms of vehicles, is being reduced, so that we can see the impact to the environment is good. But everybody is stationed in the house, all right, stay in the house. So the most power that we use is electricity, okay, just to power our daily need, such as like the television, maybe the refrigerator, the air conditioning, okay. So but the use of the fossil fuel is still there, because we still produce the electricity using the fossil fuel, but in general it's being reduced. Because we don't use car, we don't burn our petrol or diesel, okay, to move car. So I think one good thing about the pandemic is the environment is getting a bit cleaner. All right. So I think that's the advantages of the pandemic. But of course, the bad side of it is, or disadvantage part of pandemic is more because it's about our health. So nevertheless, I think the health is more important in everything, right? So I think we have to make sure that our health is in good shape, as mentioned by YBhg just now. He said that I think yesterday he said that health is very important. If you are sick, we cannot do anything. So we can. Then you also cannot go on the renewable energy. So I think now it's very important to get health, right? So to be safe, then I think if vaccination is one of the way out, go for vaccination, and then let's get out from this pandemic as fast as possible, inshallah.
Another question from Army. Assalamualaikum Prof. Pada pendapat Prof, adakah PALAPES boleh mula mengorak langkah untuk menubuhkan satu unit yang membentuk modern defense ini? Adakah memerlukan kos yang banyak? Please, Prof.
Kalau tanya saya, I think let's move. Okay, budget maybe Kena Zaid boleh dapatkan kot, insyaAllah. Okay. Maybe we can allocate some budget on that small I don't know how we can do about this, but maybe through network of PALAPES all over Malaysia, that maybe can put this agenda and put forward to the MINDEF. Yeah, why not? Not the PALAPES UiTM, maybe the PALAPES all over Malaysia, then put, because the PALAPES also bring up the academic voice. That's the difference to PALAPES and other reserve unit in Malaysia. So because PALAPES also bring the voice of the academy, so maybe it can be considered. All right, I think good suggestion.
So from Muhammad Fajar, Salam Prof, what is your opinion and expectation about our local defense industry? Might be the question is about how we can improve more in the local defense industry.
Oh, okay. This is This is about what you call it, about trust of the government agency or maybe industry, about developing the technology in our country. So currently, my opinion, the support from the government maybe is not much currently, but if we are serious about it, I think we should go. We should go for this. I think we have our industry to support the local defense, but it's not much. So I think if we can move more, like maybe I don't know, maybe we can learn from Turkey, right? How they develops, how they move, because Turkey is very unique country, right? So it's a Muslim country. Also, they're also part of NATO. They have a lot of experience also developing the technology. Most of Turkey, they have also a very good relation with Germany, all right? So maybe if we can work together with Turkey, then we might access also what Turkey being access. So and then maybe we should have more joint venture with Turkey, and then also we develop our local defense. So my expectation is that maybe government can put more incentive on whoever want to develop on the defense technology. Okay. So as I said, defense is always about readiness. Okay, it's not. I don't know the mentality of the civilian people. I'm also civilian, but to put we don't buy weapons or technology when the war started. Okay, we have to buy before the war started. So this is I think we have to develop this. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I need to remind everyone in the crowd, please fill in the form as mentioned in the chat box. So please click the link, the blue links there. So you have to click that. So one more question, Prof.
Yeah. I'm
Do you
reading.
Okay. Do you personally think that small-scale in technology innovation competition among university students is something that can be conducted to inculcate the awareness in renewable technology?
Yeah, I totally agree with this suggestion. Maybe we can create some section in this technology. In this competition, talking about renewable energy also for defense. So yes, I totally support this idea, and I think many if we go for design competition or innovation competition, any renewable based research or products is champion because it's new. So I think currently, if you go to the innovation competition, normally the one that renewable based research or product is champion because it's fresh, renewable, it's fresh, it's green, it's sustainable. I think that is common right now.
I think, Prof, everyone's here is coming from different backgrounds. So not everyone is coming from engineering, from renewable energy, from the sustainable development programs. So what is your opinion on distribute or contribute the knowledge into this kind of renewable energy? Prof, please.
Okay. So people who already in science and technology, so I think they can aware about the importance of renewable easier. Okay. But people who are not in this science and technology or non-science based, the awareness is also important. I mean it can be easily learned by just observing. If we don't move from fossil fuel technology or consumption, we can see the impact directly. So I think it's not that, yeah, of course, maybe the skill set of this renewable energy is more advantage to the science-based people, but a non-science also can look in many aspects in terms of this economy, in the social, you know, they're always there to support the move to the renewable energy. Okay, in fact, the social sciences studies also very important to study the impact of global warming impact, you know, on the socio economy. So they are with the contribution there. Okay, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Prof. So reminder to everyone, please click the link on the chat box to fill in the form. Okay, I think we are at the end of the session, and thank you so much to our speaker, Professor Engineer TS Oskar Hasdinor Hassan. So thank you so much for the interesting speech today, and thank you also to all the committee, especially Dr. Rostam, Prof. Rina Ahmad, and Prof. Zaid Ngah just now. So I would like to invite our Timbalan Komandan, Prof. Madya Zaid Ngah, Lieutenant Colonel Prof. Madya Dr. Zaid Ngah to give a closing speech before we have a photo session. Please welcome. Tak dengar suara, Prof.
Kapten Dr. Oskar, Profesor Oskar, Kapten dulu kan. Semangat.
Tired.
Ya?
Tak sempat we Captain.
Dah lah, ikut kursus dah layak dah. Kita ada sebenarnya, webinar ini merupakan salah satu di antara platform kita untuk memberikan suatu kesedaran umum, awareness kalangan masyarakat tentang pentingnya pertahanan. Tadi saya lihat ada soalan daripada Dr. Amy dengan modern defense. Okay, so bila kita bercakap tentang defense, dia melibatkan aspek human, manusia dan juga teknologi. Yang Prof. Oskar cakap ni tentang teknologi. Yang lebih besar sekali ialah bagaimana human itu, manusia itu dialurkan ataupun dibawa secara seragam untuk memahami dan menyedari tentang pentingnya setiap orang ada rasa yang kita sebut sebagai, baru ni ramai orang cakap tentang patriotism kan? Patriotism, semangat patriotism. Ada orang semangat Melayu, tapi bila kita tanya dia apa dia hak keistimewaan orang Melayu, dia tak tahu pun. Tapi semangat Melayunya bukan main. Okey. Bila cakap tentang Islam, marah orang tu, tak selesa orang ni sebab apa? Sebab merendah-rendahkan Islam. Tapi dari segi amalan peribadinya, sembang tentang berapa rakaat sembahyang tarawih sehingga tak sembahyang tarawih. Okey, maksudnya dari sudut semangat itu. Jadi saya rasa setakat ini dengan 3 kali webinar kita dengan sokongan daripada pihak pengurusan UiTM, dan hari ini kita bersama dengan Prof. Yarina daripada IBDB kan, IBSD, Institute of Biodiversity and Sustainable Development, dan daripada pihak pengurusan sendiri UiTM mewujudkan satu PDJ PALAPES. InsyaAllah usaha kita kemudian untuk mewujudkan kerjasama dari sudut research dan sebagainya. Dan supaya dia akan merakyatkan
kefahaman tentang pertahanan ini, dan ada perkara yang perlu dirahsiakan, ada perkara yang perlu didedahkan. Okay. Jadi saya mengucapkan banyak-banyak terima kasih lah pada Prof Oskar. Percaya dia masih semangat tu kalau bagi peluang dia untuk recommission tu harus. Yeah.
Oh, insyaAllah. Cuma BMI tu kena turun sikit lah.
Sanggup dia cukur janggut tu, lepas tu saya ingat sanggup dia berlari pagi petang tu untuk meet the BMI macam tu kan. Okay ni Prof, walaupun tak bersama dengan pelapis tapi masih jiwa kita bersama kan. Dan saya ucapkan banyak terima kasih kepada semua lah ya, partisipan. Okay, thank you very much menyokong usaha kita ini. Saja daripada saya, insyaAllah kita akan jumpa dalam siri-siri yang akan datang. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat datang.
Thank you so much, Timbalan Komandan Markas PALAPES UiTM, Lieutenant Colonel Prof Madya Haji Zaid bin Ngah. For now, I would like to invite everyone to open your camera because kita nak buat photo session, please. So yang akan ambil ialah the technical from pihak komiti lah. Okay, kita boleh mula ke Dr. Rostam? Semua dah ambil? Nak sebut cheese ke nak sebut chat?
Banyak kamera yang belum dibuka ni.
Oh, okay.
Ataupun saya punya internet kurang bagus.
Okay, everyone please welcome to open your camera. Bukan senang nak bergambar dengan our Timbalan Komandan dan juga Prof Yarina dengan Prof Hasdinor, Prof Hasdinor, our speaker. Prof Oskar. Prof Oskar dapat nama macam mana ya? Sangat menarik. Yang mula saya tengok, saya ingatkan macam
saya kena jumpa Lieutenant Dr. Azliana untuk cerita macam mana. Nanti saya visit KD Sri Klang. Cerita panjang. InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Okay, saya dah snap lah sebanyak mana yang boleh tu. Tapi banyak kamera tak buka juga lah. I think on my screen lah. Probably my internet not so good. Probably.
Okay. So kita start lah. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, second. Smile. Tak tanda good ke? Okay, so everyone buat tanda good.
Tapi kalau yang pakai mask tu tak payah smile lah, tak nampak pun.
Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, done. Okay, thank you everyone. For now, we close the